Hello, we got some metals in these rocks here.
Yeah, we sure do.
Can you show me some? What am I looking for here?
Sure.
Wow, look at that.
So
Woo!
this you don't have to be a geologist to see, right? This is some beautiful
Right?
gold specimens
Wow,
from
look at that.
our Golden Buffalo project.
So this is one of your projects that you found this at?
Yes, yep. So one of our 5 projects, this gold came from surface, from about a 25-meter long trench that was trenched at surface, like the one excavator bucket wide.
No, really?
And they produced almost 600 ounces of gold out of that trench. Yeah.
Goodness. Hey everybody, welcome into the Beehive. We are here at the New Orleans Investment Conference, and we are set up at the Osmium ARC SGO booth. We got some Osmium products here.
They're going to be 10, 20 pounds short, and then we'll get a 10. And if you're building a petroleum refinery, it's billions, isn't it? It's billions. So it doesn't matter what we're in.
Hello, we got some metals in these rocks here.
Yeah, we sure do.
Can you show me some? What am I looking for here?
Sure.
Wow, look at that.
So
Woo!
this you don't have to be a geologist to see, right? This is some
Right?
beautiful gold specimens
Wow,
from
look at that.
our Golden Buffalo project.
So this is one of your projects that you found this at?
Yes, yep. So one of our 5 projects, this gold came from surface, from about a 25-meter long trench that was trenched at surface, like the one excavator bucket wide.
No, really?
And they produced almost 600 ounces of gold out of that trench. Yeah. just at
Goodness.
surface. And then we followed that up with a drill program to kind of chase what's under the surface and see what's there. And our top intercept was 83.8 grams per ton gold over 1 meter. We had widespread lower grade mineralization as well.
Wow.
We chased that up and do a follow-up drill program there.
Where are you at then?
In Wyoming.
You're in Wyoming.
Yeah, so we have 2 gold camps in Wyoming. One is in South Pass, which is a historic mining district. A lot of mining that occurred in the mid-1800s through about 1920. A lot of those mines stopped in some of the highest grades because they ran into the water table, and they just didn't have the ability to deal with it at that time. The electric pump hadn't been invented yet, right? And so they just stopped mining. And so we are looking deeper than that, right? We're looking at what we think is we know is an orogenic gold system. And so we're doing the first ever modern exploration there, where we're putting drill holes into the ground to understand what's there. These old-timey miners, they would find gold in a stream, chase it upstream until they ran into rocks, and then they mine that down, right, until they couldn't chase it anymore, then they'd go along surface and find the next outcropping of it and then mine that down, and that was kind of how they used to do it.
Okay.
We're able to take a modern, systematic exploration approach and drill it and find out where the deposits are. So.
Wow, very cool. So you get to chase the old timers chasing,
Yeah.
and you're finding the hot spots just from that and having the new equipment.
Yeah, and I'll show you real quick as an example. So where old meets new, right? So I mean, these are historic old mines, but let me find it here. So this year at Lewiston, this is our Lewiston project.
Okay.
There's 4 old historic mines within our workings here.
Oh, wow.
And the old Hidden Hand mine is what we're calling our Burr target. There's Hidden Hand and Burr mines there. Well, we got the old mine cross section. So this is the cross section of the old mine. And what we were able to do then is, you could see the mineralization trend and understand how they were mining it. And we were able to cross-reference that with the surface geology that we're able to put together and build a 3D block model of what the mineralization likely looks like, and then use that to target our drilling. So essentially we did a drill program this year targeting this mineralization zone to test if there's continuity there.
Test your theory of where the veins are and see if you're actually right.
Yep, so it's kind of marrying old with new, right? So
very cool.
Yep. Actually, instead of Rob, it's going to be Brian Lentz. And he wants to talk about Bradley Peak. 4 o'clock. Yep. Here, hey Michael, I don't know, I know you probably don't want to carry something around. I want to give this to you, so if you want to do before that interview, just look at our Bradley Peak stuff. Because that's kind of what that's what I want. That way you'll know what to ask. Perfect, I appreciate that. Yeah.
And so, what are we,
getting back to the rocks, sorry.
No.
So, we have 5 total projects, but we have 3 of them on display here. Our Golden Buffalo, which is where those gold samples came from. This is our Lewiston project. This is just a piece of drill core from that, showing the arsenopyrite and so this is the quartz veining.
Okay.
And this metallic gray is arsenopyrite. That tells us that it's a sulfur system that we can chase, right? So we've got it gives us our targeting vector elements, so now we can follow up with the drill program and know how to target the gold further subsurface. We've only done a couple of small drill programs there, so about 2,000 total meters of drilling. Typically in an orogenic gold system, like in the Abitibi, those can take 10 to 15,000 meters of drilling to really kind of define your target. The discovery intercept at Great Bear, for instance, was like on the 70th hole or something like that, right? And we drilled 11 holes here.
And you're already finding stuff.
So anyway, that's what those 2 are. This is Bradley Peak. Bradley Peak has never had any historic drilling or any drilling at all. The only mining there was like small scale, almost artisanal mining. There's some shafts there. They're not even on the maps. Like we found them, but
oh, really?
There's some reports of old mining that happened there, and then reports that in the 1800s and Native Americans, like there was skirmishes and the miners were killed, and so like there has never been any kind of modern mining there.
Wow.
We went out there and we've discovered widespread mineralization out there, and it's a real polymetallic opportunity. So we've got high-grade gold and silver, but we also have copper, zinc. There's nickel.
Are these examples from that?
Yeah.
Then?
So these are 2 rock samples from there. This is, you can see the copper.
That's what it looks like, copper oxide there. Yeah.
That's exactly what that is.
Okay.
And I mean, and if you wanted to pick that up, you can feel how heavy and dense that is.
Are we seeing anything else in it? Like we got some. Tell me about it. What do you see in there?
So I'm not a geologist.
Okay.
So, but I know that this is an example of our
quartz, right? Like this is a lot of quartz, right?
That is quartz. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is an example of outcrop of a quartz vein that has a lot of copper in it.
So this was actually kind of on the surface almost.
Yeah,
an outcrop.
I can actually show you the picture. So this is just outcrop at Bradley Peak. This is actually that rock, and this is that rock. But outcrop at Bradley Peak, and we did a sample, we called it a panel sample, but basically across this 3-meter zone, took continuous samples. Our top intercept was our top grade assay was 46.8 grams per ton gold. But across this whole continuous zone, it was mineralized the whole way. So if this had been a drill hole, it would have been considered a discovery hole, right? It's a high enough grade over a wide enough
right
thickness.
on the top surface there.
Yeah,
wow.
but this is at outcrop. So now what we want to do is this is where we want to drill in 2025. We're putting together, we want to target doing 5,000 to 10,000 meters there. Kinross Gold, they came in this summer with a strategic investment, 9.9% of our company, and they specifically are really excited about Bradley Peak. Kinross, they're experts in the Abitibi, and they were skeptical at first of our thesis. Our whole thesis is that Wyoming and the Abitibi were connected 2.65 billion years ago when all this gold came into the system, and then tectonic movement 2.1 billion years ago is what ultimately moved the Wyoming province to its current location. They were a little bit skeptical at first. They came out, put boots in the ground, and they're like, okay, well, this is absolutely the right rock. This is the Abitibi. Yeah.
Huh.
So they, within 6 weeks of that site visit, they they came in and invested, and they've been a great strategic partner as well. We have a technical committee with them, and they provide insights and guidance. And
very cool. Now, is this map there so that the red highlight or the pink highlighted is
Yep.
that kind of your where? So you're saying Wyoming?
Yep.
And is that
it's almost easier to see it on here.
Okay.
It'll restart here in a second, but so this is the Abitibi in Canada, and this is Wyoming. 2.65 billion years ago, they were connected.
I see. And
then at
breaking it off
2.1
there.
billion, it starts to move off, and that's about 500,000 square kilometers of the southern Abitibi. The gold had already come into the system before things moved, and so what we're able to do is target orogenic gold systems in Wyoming using the same targeting technique that's been proven for the last 150 years in the Abitibi. It also means that Wyoming has the same type of orogenic gold potential that the Abitibi does, and so we are, this isn't our science. This was published in numerous scientific literature as early as like the 20s and 30s was some of the first documentation of this concept, but as recently as the 2000s and 2010s, there's numerous papers that have been published showing this age dating and the tectonic reconstruction, and that these were connected. But what we did is applied the economic geology lens to say, well, if this is true, then there's been an overlooked orogenic gold opportunity in Wyoming, and so we wanted to capitalize on that, right?
Wow.
So we went out and staked 50,000 acres of land across 2 gold camps, and have been systematically exploring and kind of working our projects along to find what's at surface, and then start to drill test at depth. And we're essentially in the process of rating and ranking our targets, because there's a lot there, and so far we haven't been able to kill any of our assets. Like we would love to through negative exploration be able to kill some of them and say, well, this no longer fits the model. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, so far they all continue to fit the model. So
so you're maybe getting close to the point of just needing to pull it out.
Well, so with the gold that we've found here in Lewiston, for instance, we've done two drill programs. 2023 we drilled here, 2024 we drilled there at the Burr, and
Okay.
we haven't gotten our results back from this yet.
Okay.
The type of mineralization that we saw in 2023, it's lower grade, widespread. It's the kind of thing that would be potentially open pittable, right? If the grades are there as long as there was enough quantity, you'd have to prove that you had enough of it to make it economic to do that, right? But we think that there's deeper high grade beneath it, that it's essentially an oxidized cap of up to a couple 100 meters of oxidized rock, and then below that is where you start to get into this. And so we think there's a high grade deposit that we need to find underneath, and then that would be more likely to be more of a underground
Drill, yeah.
So
Wow.
these types of systems can do both. Like you can start off open pitting, and then at some point you go underground.
Wow, cool.
But
Man, that's amazing. That's an amazing density of gold there in that.
Yeah, that's incredibly high dense, right?
That is. That gold right there. Very cool. Awesome, man. Well, it's good talking with you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Are
Appreciate
you
it.
interested in being on our email list?
I would. I'd get to take some information anyway. Or
Can I
you got an
scan you?
email? Sure. Scan me.
Your badge.
That puts me on your email?
Yeah, it will.
Okay.
Thank you.
Cool. All right. Yeah, cool. All right. Thanks, Ben.
Thank you.